Hi Moist, TEMPHUiBIS here. Quite a lot of people have been asking me for a review on Tekken, the movie, and like I said in my last video, I didn't really feel the need to do it because I felt that the things that I'm probably going to say about it is what most people have said already, really, including Storm's Inc. So the first thing I'm definitely going to talk about is how people were saying that this film was going to be bad after seeing the trailer, and I defended it, and I was saying to people that that you don't know this thing could be very, very great, and yeah, I defended it. So I guess now they're probably laughing at me, but oh well. When I went around Mr. Grimes' house and he sort of done an interview with me, I may have went too hard on it. I may have just cussed everything a bit too stupidly, really. I may have went a bit over. But the truth is, the film's not that bad. It's the fact here that it could have, in fact, it's just had a few disappointing factors in there. So let me explain those at the moment. You know, the first thing I've got to say, yeah, I was happy the most from looking at the trailers that the characters were indeed going to look like the characters, and yes, they did. But the thing is, it's one thing to make the characters look like the characters, yeah, but the characters need to act like the characters as well. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't. I mean, it doesn't matter, yeah, if the character is dressed like the character and everything that, yeah, but he acts like a complete different thing. Like for instance, yeah, you're not going to see Raven stand up in the middle of a crowd and go, yeah, 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 and, you know, acting like that he's the fan favourite or something, yeah. Raven's always been this type of, you know, ninja assassin, you know, who's just sit down, calm, you know, just dare to do his mission, and that's it, you know, just things like that. And then you've got then you've got what's his name, Martial Law, who was played by Kung Lee. You know, I always thought, yeah, Kung Lee's definitely a good person to play Martial Law, because he looks like him, you know, in a way, yeah. And then, gosh, he acted like Craig Murdoch. You know, he was more like, yeah, come on, type guy. And you think to yourself, this is Martial Law. Come on, Martial Law is like more of a calm character, of course. Like, you know, he's like supposed to be a Bruce Lee type character. You know, he's more of a calm character, very speedy fighting, just gets his things done. It's just, I mean, looking is one thing, yeah, but like I always say, man, you still want to make the thing feel like, you want to make it feel like the project. So, you know, I still say there's a few problems with that. But anyway, though, the one thing I've got to say is that I'm very disappointed still, though, yeah, with the fact they did not put Craig Murdoch in there. One of the things that I defended in this film, I said, yeah, that it was so smart, it was putting Nathan Jones in there to play Craig Murdoch, because Nathan Jones is based. Oh, sorry, Craig Murdoch is based on Nathan Jones in the first place. So to make Nathan Jones play Craig Murdoch, that would have been smart. That would have been a brilliant move. You know what I mean? That could have been absolutely terrific. But unfortunately, that was just a rumour, because it didn't even happen. Craig Murdoch just weren't in the film at all. So that was a very big disappointment. So that's a sad thing I have to say. Now, when I heard, yeah, King wasn't going to be in it, right, yeah, that was the disappointing thing as well. It was making me think, well, what's going to happen? Are they going to have some sort of storyline and everything, yeah, where King, or they're going to have a surrounding, like a plot where King may not even fit in, right? To me, King could have fit in there easily. What you saw in there was a tournament going on. They could have easily had put King in there. You know, it's definitely not hard. You know, get a nice good luchador, yeah, nice good heavyweight luchador, yeah, who's still a bit acrobatic, and make him wear a jaguar mask. Simple. You can't do that. Obviously, just something wrong. But and then going back to the characters not really acting like the characters, yeah, let's take a look at Kazuya. He was like he acted like they just changed. It's not even just even the acting, yeah. They changed his whole entire characteristic around proper. Like they make him like he was some Lee Chow Lan guy, you know, pimping with the girls. Not to mention the girls was Anna and Nina. Seen both Anna and Nina, you know, having a threesome, you know, with a guy. Does anybody know who Anna and Nina are? Does anybody know how much them two girls hate each other? Fair enough, they're sisters, but do you know how much they hate each other? You know, I just didn't think, yeah, that was cool either. You know what I'm saying? So then you got the sense, yeah, that Kazuya was sort of trying to, you know, trick his father. Like he looked like he was with his you know, he was with Heihachi doing this and that, yeah. And then you know, he was with his father, like, you think, yeah, that they're joined up or something. You think, what the hell, they joined up? But then you get the feeling later on, yeah, that that he was actually tricking him. But still, that's just not the way Kazuya is, if you know what I mean, man. It's just not the way he is. You know, I just find it so funny, really. But it just felt like it was missing something. It just did not feel like Tekken. And then what else more have we got to say? What else more have I got to say? Yeah, let's talk about Heihachi himself. Yeah, he was played by I can't pronounce the actor's name. Yeah, but he's the one who played Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I thought he did a good job in playing Heihachi, but the story guys, yeah, gave him some next plot, some next characteristic, yeah, like he was helping out Jin and all of the others, yeah, when they were all being captured, they're all in did this and that. Just felt all kind of weird and different. Oh, and here's another thing, yeah. What about Steve? This is one of the weirdest things ever, yeah. Steve is like one of the new characters, yeah, like Tekken 4, but they bring him into the film like he's retired. He's retired already. Came in Tekken 4, but he's retired already. And he was training Jin. Who the hell came up with this? And then Jin is, you know, with what's his name, Christy. Just isn't it funny? I think the only character I'm completely 100% satisfied with is Eddie Gordo, who's played by Lateef Chowder. Oh yeah, sorry, how you pronounce his name. And but you know, whenever there's a capoeira guy, that guy's always been there, man. You know, he's probably the best in the world. Now I'm going to talk about what was it I was going to talk about again? Ah, yes. Here's another thing I also want to talk about. Right? Why the hell was Miguel in this film? Not to mention how he looked like him. Out of all of the characters, I think he was the one who didn't look like him the most. Why the hell is Miguel in the film anyway? Yeah, Tekken 6, right? You don't put Paul and King in there, who's been in there since Tekken 1, although fair enough, King, yeah, from Tekken 1 and 2 is a different King to the rest, but still there's always been a King, and there's always been Paul, and you're trying to tell me that they didn't even put them in the film, but they'll go put someone from Tekken 6, which, you know, which only just came out kind of recently before the film anyway, right? Yeah, it seems to me as if they already had Miguel planned in there, yeah, before Tekken 6 was even released. It's like, what the hell were they doing? At one point, yeah, you saw, yeah, that there was there was a weapons match. I don't understand why that had to happen. I think the only cool thing that was seeing Yoshimitsu in there. It was good to see that they did have, you know, a bit of cool characters, yeah, there. it was funky they killed him off, like, you know, they just made him killed, just killed him. I was thinking, what the hell, you know. The only thing I could say that's really good about this film, to me, is the fighting. That's it, really. I mean, I guess that's a good thing because it's a fighting film, you know what I mean, right? And I just believe, yeah, that I just believe that the the fighting, yeah, was pretty terrific. There was one point where it looked like MMA fighting. I guess, yeah. I mean, I like MMA fighting a lot and everything, that, yeah. But I've got to admit as well, this is Tekken, and you got to say, yeah, if the fighting was a bit more different than you was expecting, it was still good. But that's the best part I can say about the film, really. The problem I just think with this whole film, really, yeah, is that it's too. I think they've modernised it too much. They're trying to make it too realistic. I just, you know, I always say when you have a project that's unrealistic, trying to make it realistic doesn't work. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's basically what they did with this film. It's like if you have if you've got a project and you have a character who's, let's say, like an Amphro character or a robot character or some cyborg or something like, or a character that's wearing something that you wouldn't really see a man go out there and wear in the streets, you know, then obviously the film is not going to have those characters, and that's what makes. I mean, people could like that project for just those lovely reasons of the uniqueness, having characters like that, and then if the film don't have it, of course people ain't gonna like the film. Because quite a lot of people I know, yeah, their favourite fighters in Tekken are like Roger, Alex, Kuma. You know what I mean? Those characters are obviously not going to be. And some people, and one of my cousins picks Mokujin a lot. Those characters ain't going to be in the film because they were trying to make it realistic, trying to modernise it and all this and that. Yeah, you know. Obviously, the reason why King is not in it, obviously, is because people may just think it's just completely dumb for a man to just wear a Jaguar mask, and they don't want that in their film. They want their film to be realistic, serious, this and that. That's what I think. That's why I feel, yeah, they didn't put King in there, because they could have easily had fit King in there. But then, obviously, people are going to say to me that, well, they didn't put Paul in there, and Paul don't even wear a mask, so they could have put him and Paul could have fit in. But, you know, that I just think the things that lacked with Tekken was the acting, was the story they put it. I mean, everyone's going to say that. I mean, you know that it doesn't have to be exactly like the game, yeah? I do know it doesn't have to be exactly like the game. But, right, you know, it doesn't have to be the exact same storyline from the game, yeah? But you can still make the characters, you know, you still make parts of what the characters do, yeah? You know, I mean, the concepts, like, of them be the same. Like, let's look at this, for instance. You know, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie that was done by Capcom manga, right? They sort of had their story. Each character had their storyline, and they interchanged them perfectly quite a bit, yeah? Yeah, fair enough, that's a cartoon, but they could have did that story with live action as well. Just do exactly everything you see in the cartoon, yeah, just do it live action. They could have done that and use cool CGI effects, of course, right, yeah? They could easily have done this with Tekken, yeah? But the best thing I'm definitely going to have to say, yeah, obviously, is that I do feel that it's better than the Street Fighter live action movie. Definitely feel it's a damn lot better than that. The thing's god to that movie for me, right? It's not as good as Mortal Kombat 1, I think. I did like the fighting enough to say that, you know what, maybe I might buy it, the Blu-ray. Probably just buy it, but then you probably see me fast forwarding and just watching the fights. That's me, as you know, right, yeah? But overall, Tekken did disappoint me a bit, and from now on, I do not get hyped on on video game films, like when a video game turns into a film. I gave Tekken my chance. I thought I trusted Tekken. I thought this was going to be the one that would really give what the Tekken fans wanted, but it didn't. So, and even though I knew that half the things weren't going to be in there anyway, I still gave it a chance, thinking it could do something at least perfect. It was great, but not perfect. So that's why I'm not usually I just get hyped over original films now, just like Real Steel and Rubber. Those are two core original films, and I expect them films to be fantastic. And Kung Fu Panda 2, can't wait for that as well. So therefore, Tekken, cool movie. I mean, what do I give it out of 10? Since that, I mean, I would have given it a 3, but since how it had good fights in it, you know, and I mean, I have to say good effort, because the characters did look like the characters. They did work on the costumes and made them exactly look like them. So I'm gonna have to give it a 5. It's good the characters look like them, but you got to act like them as well, right? Yeah. I mean, can you imagine? Yeah, they made some other sort of Street Fighter type film, and they got Ryu dressed like Ryu, looked perfectly like Ryu, yeah, but he acted like Quentin Rampage Jackson. Just wouldn't work out, would it? That's what I've got to say, guys. Yeah, thanks very much. Now you've seen, yeah, that I can solve a Rubik's Cube. Thanks to Pogo Bats. Big up Pogo Bats, yeah, because he was the one who showed me, you know. That's all I've got to say, guys, yeah. And just to let you know, it's my birthday in 2 days' time. So you can either say happy birthday now, or you can say happy birthday in 2 days' time, because there will be a video up in 2 days' time, right? And I'll tell you what's been happening, you know, lately. That's all I've got to say, guys. Thanks very much. And anything else I've got to add on to this? No, there isn't. So I'll think of something good to say, yeah, for my birthday video, though. Right, yeah. Well, anyway, guys, thanks very much. I'll see you all later. Love you all.